Town of Ayer Zoning Board of Appeals, Wednesday, April 20th. Call a meeting to order. First item on the agenda. I apologize for the delay, but with both tasks at hand tonight, we need 4 out of 5. There's 5 on the board, and now there's just 4 of us present, so it's going to have to be unanimous whatever we do. Our alternate is coming in for the second half because I have to recuse myself from your pool. So we'll get started on that. I need to call the meeting to order. Public hearing, application for variance. Ragusa, is that correct?
No, that's
Oh, I'm sorry.
Robert Pace.
Pace is first, I'm sorry, okay. Let me get there. Where's the,
Page 1 of it, so it should be page 2 in your packet.
yep. Town of Ayer Zoning Board of Appeals, public notice. The Ayer Zoning Board will conduct a public hearing at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, April 20th at Ayer Town Hall, located 1 Main Street, regarding the application of Robert Pace, 41 Shirley Street. Applicant seeks a Section 6 finding for expansion or alteration of the structure destroyed by fire on a pre-existing nonconformance lot, and variances from Ayer Zoning Board bylaw section 3.1.3.3.1.b.3.8. Really? Front setback requirements 20-foot required, seeking 6 foot. Rear setback requirements 25 foot, seeking 6. Maximum building coverage 30%, seeking 30.2. Minimum open space 50, seeking 47 and 6%. What does that mean?
That was 47.6 in newspaper.
Oh.
Who did they screw
Typo.
up?
Yeah, they put it.
All right. Who we have?
I'm Robert Oliva. I'm with David Ross Associates here in Ayer. I'm here tonight with the applicant, Mr. Robert Pace. So we've drawn up the site plan and prepared the application to the board for the Section 6 finding and the variances. I can run through the plan with you very quick. It's a very small parcel at the corner of Shirley Street and Union Street. St. Mary's Church is over here, just down the road. I forget the name of the facility is next to us. Is it the child education?
I think it's a daycare.
Yeah,
An auxiliary of the church.
Yeah, it's part of the church. Church owns the property. The church owns the property to the rear. There used to be, there was an existing structure on the lot that has previously burned down and since removed. I believe it actually had multiple units in it illegally. So that's since gone. The lot's 2,640 square feet, so it's as small as I've worked on. It's 60 feet by 44 feet. There's 60 feet of frontage on Shirley Street and 44 on Union Street. The plan in front of you is a 1 inch equals 10 inch, 10 foot scale, so it's blown up, so you get an idea of how small it is because it doesn't even fill up this sheet. What we're proposing on the lot is a 24 by 36 colonial style home with a garage under, so very modest in size. It's about as small as a builder's willing to take on. And to do so and build on the lot, as I said, and as the public hearing notice requires a Section 6 finding because we're expanding the size of the structure on a non-conforming lot. So demonstrate that it's not detrimental to the neighborhood, as well as the variances that you went through, required front back. We're proposing a 6-foot setback to a landing porch at the front, a 6-foot setback to the deck at the rear, and a side setback of 12 feet. No, we meet the side setback, I'm sorry. The other 2 variances that would be required are for maximum building coverage. So we're over slightly at 32.7% versus the 30. And the required minimum open space on the lot is 50% of the lot with no structures. We're proposing 47.6, just because we can't make it. It's so small.
That's a corner lot.
It is a corner lot. Front setback. Corner lot is the front setback required on both. Okay.
Yep.
So we did not include, so there would be an additional variance required. Well, no, actually, we are covered because we're asking for a 6-foot setback on the front in this location, so we're 12 there.
So you are, well, you think you are on that side of the thing.
Yeah, it's still under the requirement, but we're asking for the reduction to 6 feet on this part of the frontage. So by asking for the variance, we're asking for 6 foot, showing 12 here, just so that we can have a driveway with some parking off the street.
How deep will that driveway be? One car?
That is, well, it's 12 feet to the line, it's about another 12 feet,
Oh,
so
okay. So you-
you could park a car, no problem.
Cars, yeah.
Yeah, and so we have a drive-under garage here as well, 2-car
Yeah.
garage. They don't always park in garages, but there's room on the driveway to park.
A single-story structure?
2-story colonial style. It actually has a 2-foot overhang in the front. Yep, this building plans.
All right.
Single family, right?
Yes.
3-bedroom, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What's the square footage of the house?
It's about 1,700 and change.
Okay.
That's still good size.
It's
Well,
modest.
It's modest, yeah, absolutely.
The thought was, okay, that I was trying to get as small a footprint as I could, obviously, okay, and still get some square footage.
Right.
Okay, you know, that's, you know, we looked at doing a split, okay, with the, okay, garage under, which would have been on the front load, okay, but that even took more square footage up, although, okay, it wouldn't have been a 2-story house, that'd be 1.5. And the other thing is, that lot is set low, okay, so, okay, it's not gonna be out of conformity with the neighborhood either, it's not gonna sit up high, because we're going higher like that.
I guess my only issue is that for a variance, you have to prove hardship.
Yeah, the hardship is owing to the lot itself. The criteria for the hardship are the land, the lot, and forgive me for I don't recall the third, but just the nature of the lot, it's so small. We have no choice. I don't believe you could build a habitable structure without one variance of one form or another on the lot. If the board decided not to grant the variances that are required, essentially the lot, which had a structure on it prior, I believe when the current owner bought the property, had a structure on it, you'd render it unbuildable, and therefore all value in the lot would be lost for the owner.
Let me ask
Wait, why
this.
couldn't it be a smaller structure?
I don't know how much smaller you could, what would be feasible, you'd have to build a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, nobody would buy it, okay, I mean, that's,
Are you buying this for your personal residence?
no, I'm not, sir.
I don't know, I live in a
Spec
1,400
house.
square foot house.
Right.
No.
Well,
And it's got
well,
3
what-
bedrooms.
Do you happen to know the size of the structure that was on the house, on the property to begin with?
Yeah.
Footprint wise, I'm not talking about height.
we actually did have that somewhere, okay, it pre-existed zoning, okay?
Yeah, I understand.
And it was right up against the street, if you will.
So the footprint was larger?
I'm not sure if it was larger, but it's approximately the same size. This is what it was.
Yeah, we included some pictures in the filing. Carly, if you,
2640 square foot before.
that's the lot.
That's the lot, that's
lot
the whole
doesn't
lot.
change, yeah.
Carly, would you
I
mind
was-
bringing the pictures up?
That house is
sure.
small,
Yeah.
so we're increasing the footprint of the house to begin with.
In all likelihood, yeah. I don't have a square footage on the old house for you. It is 3-story, according to that picture. Yeah, I believe it had 3 units in it at one point. If we were to try and conform to and meet all the setbacks, we have a 44-foot depth of the lot. We're doing a 24-foot house, which leaves us, no, that's not right.
10 foot on each side.
Yeah, I essentially have 10 feet on each side. The front setback is 20, so if I took another 10 feet off, I'm down to a 14-foot house. If I do it in the back, I'm at 6, I need an additional 14 there's no house. So without a variance of some sort, and likely all the variances I'm asking for, I don't think a house of really any size would cover for you without variances.
And we're not trying to make a big house, okay? I'm trying to do the smallest house that made sense, okay? That someone would actually purchase, want to live in.
I mean, I think, my opinion here is, this is, all things considered, especially by today's standards, a modest house. I mean, 1,700 square feet's not tiny, but it's, I mean, considering some of the other stuff we've put up in town recently. And I think, you know, if we have butters, I'd like to hear their thoughts on it, but if you drive up and down that neighborhood, a house like that is good for, you know, that part of town. But
I agree that
that's my
that
2 cents.
house would be good for that part of town.
Sorry, Mike?
Hey, Jeremy.
I'm also, I still, you know, I still feel like if we have these bylaws and we don't have people, and we grant variances for things that
I
are
would
more
say in
like
this case-
aesthetic and rather than like a true hardship, then what is the point of the
I'd
bylaw?
say with this house, the hardship is the lot size. I mean, this lot size is outrageously small. This
Yeah.
shouldn't have been a lot size if you ask me, but this is what was created whenever the original structure was built. That's what they were dealt. But
So this means that anybody can buy a lot in town that's been, house has been destroyed by fire and build whatever they want.
Was that
You know,
fire
so it could be-
accidental,
I honestly have no answer for that.
I'm just curious.
What was the question, sir?
It
Excuse
was
me.
accident,
It was accidental?
Yeah.
and I'm one of the abutters. Yeah,
I'll get to you in 1 minute.
thank you.
One thing I wanted to point out, I looked at the letter from David Ross Associates, and I understand the request for variances that you have, but I don't take to the broad brush secondary statements and any other variance. That's not gonna happen.
Okay,
When we write variances, it's specific to front, side, back, or whatever the case may be. We just can't paint a broad brush, and say, okay, do whatever you want to, it's okay.
understood. And I'm not asking you to do that.
But I just saw that in the letter, and I said, no, we're not gonna do that.
Okay, no, that's fine.
So, back to, I'm sorry, you're in a butter?
Yeah.
Please come forward.
Well, all I just really wanted to know was, looking at the
Could
drawings.
you identify yourself, please?
Sheila Slarsky,
Okay.
and I live on Shirley Street. And looking at the drawings, I was wondering, the garage is supposed to be on the Union Street side?
No,
and
the
front
garage
of
is under the house.
Well,
On the Union Street side, yes.
okay.
The entrance.
And the front door, the house is going to be on Shirley Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You know the size and everything. I know how small that lot of land is, extremely small. And this house, on the drawings, looks large. Am I wrong? I mean,
I can tell you that, you know, if you think about it in its, just simply mathematically, you get roughly 2,600 feet. We're putting an 800 square foot or 850 square foot foundation in, okay? I mean, the problem is that, you know, okay, there's no place else to put a house. I mean, that's a relatively small foundation. That looks a lot larger, but, okay, it's like the mirror, okay? The objects appear larger, okay, when you're looking at them. It's a small lot, okay?
very.
It's a lot that we looked at it to say, what's a reasonably, I mean, I don't know how much smaller a footprint that I can put there, okay, and sell a house. You know, could I make it 2 feet less? Well, if I did, I mean, is that the end of the world? And I'm trying to build a house that I've already built over and over and over again. with the garage under, I think that you'll see, it'll be sloping down in the front, it'll be almost at level, okay, on the Union Street side. The garage is in the basement. I mean, there's literally no
That I
basement there.
understand. Right.
And again,
Just looking
Yeah.
at it
Yeah.
from the Union Street side, it looks like it's going to be an awfully high structure.
2-story.
You will see the garage, you have a garage under at that
It looks like
elevation.
it's like 3-story as you're
Right.
looking at it from Union
Right.
Street.
It might look like somebody's basement if you had like a poured concrete. It would almost look like that's exposed. So I see what you're saying
Yeah.
in that aspect.
Drive
So
under
what-
houses are everywhere. I mean, what you don't see in the drawing is the grade going up. So in the background, it'll be buffered by, because the road slopes up and the building's
Right.
behind, so
Is
that's a
the-
little deceiving.
Is the garage floor
no,
subgrade?
no,
So
it's,
the garage floor is
It's-
on grade,
it's on.
on grade basically at Union
so it
Street.
is a 3-story structure.
Yes.
Right, but as you go into the, if you looked at the topography of the lot on the right side, okay, if you can look at the house, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a wall there. That's actually, okay, going to be filled
On the
in.
nursery schools.
Right, okay.
Side.
That will look like a normal house. I mean, the only,
I mean, from Union Street, it looks like it's almost a 4-story building with a garage underneath.
no, it's not a 4-story by any means. It's,
Well, I meant with, with the roof.
It's a
does
two-story,
look-
it's a two-story home with the basement garage door showing on that end of the building, like you're saying. But
short,
looking
okay,
at
short
it-
of that, okay, short of that, there's no garage.
And likely, if without the garage, just due to the topography on the lot, which slopes,
Oh, yes.
you're still gonna have, if there were no garage, you're still gonna have probably half of an exposed basement there. So, and to create, to look at it from, say, the right side elevation, where you're looking at the 2 stories, to get that on Union Street, we'd actually have to bring in fill and then create a banking up against Union Street to make it look like a 2-story house from that end. Drive-under garages are extremely common, they're everywhere. I understand, it will look like a 3-story house from there, but it's truly not. And you're buffered by seeing the slope going up. And if you look at the front of the house, on the front elevation, there's a dark line that follows below the first floor, and then you see the line that drops off to the left. That's indicative of what the grade would look like.
Right.
Granted, it's gonna pitch off a little quicker for the garage, but, so what you're seeing, going up the sides I guess what I'm trying to say is it's going to buffer the effect of seeing that end of the house.
And there's gonna be some retaining walls
Yeah,
there
that's
as
what I
well,
was gonna
okay, so your eye doesn't go to that, okay, because this is nothing but, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Does part of the red,
Retaining walls would come
Part in
this
there
way and
include the
that way,
deck?
so-
The deck is shown here in gray, which
In
the
gray.
6-foot offset is to the deck.
is to the deck? So
Yes.
if you remove the deck, you'd gain another 4 feet.
Yes.
But I don't have a second means of egress then.
Mr. Chairman, we asked earlier that what was the original footprint of the house? Because the only time you have, I think the base here is the right to rebuild a house that's been destroyed by fire. And in that case, you have to rebuild on the existing footprint. There might be some difficulty with that because the original house was so close to the street. But the idea here is to reproduce, you have the right to reproduce the house that was originally there.
That's
And,
correct.
and I'd like to know, and it would improve your case, or at least show that this case, if we knew what the original footprint was. I would have loved to seen a picture of that on the original plan.
There is a picture, and it's in your package.
Yes, there's a
Fine.
picture of the house, but it's not on your plan. Where's the,
We don't know, because
you don't know?
it was gone before we got here.
I mean, aren't there assessors' records and things like that of original houses that you could have put on that plan?
I could, yes.
Yes, sir.
seems to me that that footprint is not what you have here.
Oh, absolutely
No.
not, yeah.
Just,
The,
We're not suggesting it is.
no. Do you have more comments? Mike?
I guess not.
Well, no.
It just,
By all means,
you know,
speak, please.
it just seems that it's such a small lot of land.
I understand it.
Sure is.
And looking at the drawings, it just seemed like the house is too big for the lot of land. And I could be totally wrong. You know,
No, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
certainly don't know.
What was your first name again?
Sheila.
Okay, Sheila. Okay, sure is. You know, I mean, that is the house, okay, and that is the lot, okay? So, you know, I think when you're looking at the house without the lot, it's, okay, I don't know how much more to superimpose that, but this is a very tight lot. I mean, we've tried to.
Yes.
We've,
Now, the front of the house is here.
the front of the house is here.
This is Shirley, okay, this
Right,
is Shirley Street.
right.
Okay, the front of the house being how close to the road? Right
Yes.
now, there's a driveway there.
6 feet.
6 feet.
6 feet to the front porch.
To the front porch, okay, it's like 12, what is it? It's like 10 or 11, 12 feet here.
It's 8 feet to the overhang, 10 to the foundation.
Okay, so it's 10 feet off of this, it's 10 off the back. Okay, so you're 10 and 10, and you're, I don't know, 24 or something here, and you're 12 on the side.
And this, the deck faces the playground?
Yes,
One thing to consider too is that we're giving you setbacks to the property lines, and that's what matters and that's what counts. From an aesthetic standpoint from the neighborhood, it's set quite a distance from the actual pavement. So it will look much further back from the street than we're saying it is from the property line. So for the neighbor's sake, that's something to consider. We show the building 12 feet off the property line, however, it's more like 24 feet off the street. It's similar in the front. In fact, it's probably even further off Union Street, off the pavement.
the other thing, and don't make any mistake, okay, that this is a 4-foot deck. I mean, you could put a barbecue on it and walk down the stairs. It's not like a recreational deck, you know, I mean, that wasn't our intent.
It's about the size of the door.
Yeah, what's that, I'm sorry?
It's about the size of the
Right,
door.
right.
It's for egress.
It's
Well-
strictly for regress, I mean, okay, okay, I'd have to
We
put
can-
something somewhere.
We can,
I have one that's put on it.
Oh, sure, you could say that, yeah.
1,400 square foot house.
Well, you want to be alone.
3 bedrooms.
If I could just also add into Mr. DiFilippo's comments regarding the existing structure and the right to rebuild. That's not why we're here. We're here seeking the variances to build what's being proposed, with the understanding that this property did at one point have a residence on it. So we're not asking to build under the right to rebuild, and I forget if there's a clause in the zone. Well, that's the
right.
that's the
That's
2-year
right.
period
I'm saying,
when
but that's-
a house
that's
is
the
destroyed.
base
Right,
From which you were expanding.
and asking for the variances.
I
I
understand that fully.
we'll obviously take a vote on it, but my personal opinion, I think that there's too much. We're looking at 4 different variances for a small house, relatively speaking, on a very small lot. I think Krista was absolutely right. We put all these zoning laws together to protect our neighborhoods and protect what we're going to put in there, or do it in conjunction with whatever else is there. I think we've got something right here that we shouldn't put in there. That's my opinion. So I'll open it up to motions. Anybody wants to make one?
Respectfully, may I just add one other thing? You know, we obviously want to get approved, but at the same time, I do hear what you're saying. I do believe, and I think that you'd say this as well, Sheila, okay, I mean, it is an improvement to the neighborhood. It's a good use for a lot of land. And I'd like you to consider that as well, okay? And I realize that I think it was you that said that's not, okay, an overwhelming reason, but I hope it's somewhat compelling that we actually, you know, as a developer, okay, or a builder, okay, we don't go in there thinking, oh, we're going to build a McMansion here. This is not a McMansion, okay? This is a modest house. And anybody that buys this is gonna be of modest means, all right? And if we took 2 more feet off of the house, I'm not sure, okay, so it got down to 1,600 feet. Okay, I'm not sure that that would make a big difference.
I don't see where, I hate to interrupt you, but I don't see the relevancy of that. I mean, making the house 2 feet smaller.
That's my point.
I don't see that. What I see is the house is too big, period, for that lot. That's what I see. I see a multitude of variances that we got on the table in front of us, and we all have our own opinions.
No,
And everyone speaks their own opinion of it, what they think, and that's how we vote on it. 4 out of 5 of us are gonna say yay or nay. My opinion, and we've pretty much gone through this and looked at it, the only proven hardship is the lot size. And when we go through the bylaws that we've enacted, it's not even borderline. I mean, we're way over the edge here. There's too many changes that you're asking for. If it was a structure, and I hate to say this, but if the structure was the same size as the one that was there before, we would almost have to do it because it's a replacement, it's in kind, size-wise.
Yep.
To put a larger building on such a small lot, I don't think that's a good idea. I understand what you're saying.
No,
You're
no,
developing it,
and-
you wanna put a nice house up there, but my personal opinion is, and again, we'll vote on it, but I think that's the wrong approach.
And I don't know a house that would sell in today's market to anyone that a builder would go in there and build. I mean,
I don't know either.
Yeah,
I
you-
actually don't.
Financially, I think.
you would almost have to put a trailer there.
Yes.
Okay, you know, I mean, that's what, you know, I mean, that's the size of the building, okay, would have to be.
Or
I
modular.
don't know, there's a lot of.
Well,
homes in my
modular is the same
neighborhood
thing.
that
What?
are Small that sell quickly on the market, just throwing that out there.
Well,
In
no,
my
you-
neighborhood, there are lots of like
Small, still
13,
small work
14,
sometimes.
1,500 square homes
If I might
that go on the market and sell very quickly.
If I can,
Because it is, you know, the town that we live in, and I think that those homes do have a market in this town.
if I could interject just for a second. We talk about smaller houses. The lot's 44 feet deep. Your front setback is 20, your rear is 25. You physically can't build anything without at least one variance. And I'm just going to read one of the paragraphs from the letter. In considering variances, you have to consider the hardship. I think, and maybe I'm speaking out of line, I think we can all agree the lot itself is a hardship. It creates the hardship. But we also have to look at the intent of the bylaw and other things. So if you would just bear with me 1 minute, I'd like to read this. Literal enforcement of the provisions of the zoning bylaw would create a substantial hardship upon the property and its current owner, effectively rendering it unbuildable. As the property was previously occupied by a residential structure, relief may be granted without substantial detriment to the public good and without nullifying or substantially derogating from the intent or purpose of the zoning bylaw. If you were to grant the variances, I don't believe you're creating a detriment to the neighborhood. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
That's correct. It's not a detriment to the neighborhood, but what you're asking us to do is to take a non-conforming structure on a non-conforming lot and make it more non-conforming. Basically, that's what you're doing.
Yes, and that's why we require the variances, exactly.
Mr. Chairman.
For us, sir.
I would add that we're not on business to bail out people who buy small lots intending to build large houses on them.
Okay,
We're
respectfully,
not- That's, you know, if you were foolish enough to buy a small lot like that and expecting to build a marketable
Rob.
house. All right,
No.
I mean, I'd add, you know,
Just if I could, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off. The current owner is not the applicant, so
I
if,
understand that.
yeah, no,
get
I
that.
wanted to correct that, okay,
No,
okay,
All right.
I mean, I think.
so another.
you know, in the
May I just
package-
ask one other question? Okay,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Wait, okay, you gotta get out faster, or else, okay, we run you over. The smallest house that I've ever seen, okay, that I've ever built, was a 2432. Okay, it was a colonial, it was a side entrance colonial. Okay, so in other words, not a front entrance, okay, because the stairs won't work. If I came back, before you vote, if I came back with that footprint, I'm still gonna need variances. I've taken 4 feet off of the house, that's what I've taken. That, and that is a 1,450 odd square foot house. Okay, because, okay, rather than get blown out of the water, okay, I mean, I don't wanna go through the cost and time, your time as well as mine, if something like that wouldn't be,
Feasible?
looked at favorably.
Here before to sort of run things by us before they,
You could do like a concept meeting per se, but you have to be careful because this has already been submitted, so if you denied it tonight, he couldn't reapply for 2 years.
What if I pull
So
this
if you
off the
could
table?
withdraw it and then without prejudice, and then he could submit a new one.
We could also ask the board members for a straw poll, just for their thoughts, and take it with a grain of salt.
Right, I don't think you have 4, I'm voting no.
No.
So the sentiment then is really, you consider this lot not buildable.
I don't believe it's buildable.
I feel the same. I feel that size building is not acceptable for that lot. Now, I'm not telling you what to come back with, but
Mhm.
I'm telling you that
Understood.
what's there shouldn't be.
Understood.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
okay, I guess I'm asking for another straw poll. The smallest house I can build is that. Okay, I mean,
We can't do that. you
okay.
know. We can't sit here and suggest, oh, all right, we don't like this, so come back with something different, maybe we will like it. We can't do that. I mean.
And I don't want to go through that.
If,
Okay, unless you'd say, yeah, I get it,
all
okay?
right, what I would say to
Yeah.
you personally,
Mhm.
if I was gonna present something like that to the board, I would know what was there first. And I'd see how you could adapt to that. That would be more, I would think, it would be a little more receptive. And I'm not telling you to build the same size of house that was there.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I'm just telling you what I think. And you can talk to the rest of, you can ask the rest of the board members what their opinions are. Straw poll, if you wanna call it that.
Okay.
But that's my thoughts. Michael?
I mean, again, if we're just throwing out our opinions.
The man asked.
My opinion is that this, again, financial hardship, I think, is one thing. Granted, it sounds as if they haven't purchased the property, but if they did, that's one thing. Whoever owns the property right now, if we do vote no, like they said, in 2 years, this thing's unbuildable. It's gonna sit vacant, but again, I understand why you guys are saying, you know.
There's
voicing your
another
opinions
hardship
here.
too, okay, because it's coming up on the 2 years, you have to have a building permit within 2 years, or apply for a building
And I'd
permit.
just like to point out that Gabe, as the building inspector, zoning enforcement officer, just commented, since the original building was destroyed by fire, I have no objections to this request being granted. Now granted, we
Now
know that
that-
we don't have the original footprint.
I don't think that was properly applied. I understand the statement.
Okay.
If that size house had been burned down and they want to put that size back,
So,
yeah.
right.
there you go. But to take for argument's sake, 20 by 30 house that was there, or whatever it was,
Yep.
and then put, like I said before, you take a non-conforming house on a non-conforming lot, and you're gonna make it more non-conforming. I don't buy into that, I'm sorry.
I don't know what the protocol is. Can we ask for a continuance on this and come back with something? Or do you have to
I
start
don't
from
think you
ground
can.
zero?
Start from scratch.
Can you?
I think you have to withdraw and
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
From my understanding.
Just one thing to point out, and I know I said earlier, I can't tell you exactly where the existing structure was on the lot. As I recall, and if we look at the pictures, I believe it's much closer to the street than what we've proposed. If we were to come back with a building on the original footprint, you may get something you don't like in terms of the neighbors in what we're asking for. So I'm just throwing that out there so we all understand.
That's entirely possible, but you could come back and there's something we would like.
Absolutely.
Swings both ways.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
All right. We can take a vote on it, or you can withdraw. Your call.
Well, I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid.
But I don't think that I would think you'd have to start from scratch.
I think so, too.
With a new application.
Yeah, new
Yes.
application, yeah, so you'd have to withdraw. Or,
Or we'll take a vote on it and turn it down. If that's the, and that's what that's what I'm hearing. Is the
Well, let's withdraw.
public hearing is open, we have to do something with it.
Okay, well, let's withdraw, okay? And we'll have to make a decision whether we're gonna come back or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I do appreciate your time, and I appreciate your comments, okay? I think I can come back with something that you say that would be more acceptable.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank
You may
you.
want to make a motion to close this hearing?
I motion to close the hearing.
Not to hear,
You've been living there.
Public hearing, close the
public hearing. Don't do that.
I motion to close the public hearing on 41 Shirley Street, application for variance.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you again.
We're befuddled over here.
Yeah, really.
We're the befuddled group.
The next public hearing, I have to recuse myself from. Michael, you're up. Jeremy, you alternate, thank you very much. So,
Why are you recusing?
I'm a
Yes,
neighbor.
please.
Yes,
Yeah, we're neighbors.
yes.
All right.
I should? Okay. I can do that.
just in the
All right. I'd like to open the public hearing on 31 William Street in Ayer, Mass. This is the public hearing notice. The Ayer ZBA will conduct a public hearing at 7:15 p.m. on Wednesday, April 20th, 2016 at the Ayer Town Hall, located at 1 Main Street, Ayer, Mass. 01432, regarding the application by James Ragusa and Andrea Fontaine, 31 William Street, Ayer, Mass. 01432. Applicant seeks a variance from Ayer zoning bylaws, section 5.8.d, location of accessory structure for the construction of a swimming pool on a corner lot with frontage on two sides. Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
So, do you guys want to open up and just kind of tell us what you're trying to do?
Sure, so we want to put a swimming pool in. The way, I guess the hardship part is the way our lot is, it's dramatically sloped. This is the only place in the entire yard it could go, other than the front yard, which we know it can't. And Norwood is, I think as most of you know, is not really a street, but I guess it could be.
Paper Street, you're
Right.
We had no idea we lived on a corner lot
Yeah.
until we wanted to put a
deal with
pool.
lot.
Yeah, we really had no idea it was a corner lot. It's exciting.
Yeah. So, so that's really it. We want to put a 15 by 30 oval pool in that location, and apparently the issue is that it would be in front on the perspective of Norwood Ave or street.
Yep.
Right.
It's an above-ground pool. I didn't know if that, you knew that. It's not in-ground.
Okay. I took a ride up there before the meeting, and
Yeah.
I don't see anybody driving up Norwood Ave anytime soon.
There's a house for sale across the street from us, so they would argue with that the 50 cars that came up and down the road over the weekend.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Wait, Norwood Ave, I used to live on
So
Norwood
it's
Ave.
like two,
Yeah, it's
it's
split in the
technically
middle.
not supposed to have a street sign on one end,
Yeah.
but it does just for people to get around and know.
It's very
And
confusing.
it ends
Right.
up
So
on
it's like-
Williams.
Yeah, it's like,
Right, because I would go up, and then if I went up to the end of it and took a left, what is it?
That's Cambridge.
Okay,
so it's basically.
If you're coming from Main Street, that's Cambridge.
I was on Central. and I
Yeah,
was
sorry,
on
Central, right. So
Norwood.
then you'd have
Yeah.
to take a left on Cambridge and then go
Yeah.
back up Columbia to go.
It doesn't go through, yeah.
It doesn't go through.
No.
It's like a
Right.
street with two ends with no middle.
And then it gets, it gets interrupted again as you go across town, because you go up the hill and there's some
Right,
shrubbery and you
right,
can't get across on the other side.
Across the street from us, the next road over, what road is that, the next road over? I don't know the next.
Cambridge?
No, going up the hill.
is,
High
Street, yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
So on Williams, across the street from us,
Yes.
his neighbor in the backyard actually has his driveway
Yes,
on
that's
Norwood.
Right, yeah.
They
yeah,
must
yeah.
have applied for a variance for that because,
Maybe.
yeah, right? This whole variance thing is really interesting to me. So he has his driveway on Norwood, so there's no way it could continue through
Yep.
Well,
without ripping his driveway out,
Yeah,
right?
that's-
That street's never coming up.
A lot of times, those paper roads have been encroached upon, so he might have not even done that with them
Oh,
legally.
Right.
But, all right, could you describe again, you know, you can't afford the,
you want me to go up there and?
could you describe again the topography there and why this is a hardship?
Right, so if you, we're kind of like in almost a valley, so the hill comes down William Street, it's high here, and then it actually goes back up here. So the topography of this lot is it's not even flat here. In fact, we did a lot to make it almost flat here, but it drops dramatically here. On this part, it drops dramatically, I don't know how many feet, maybe 10 or 20 feet down. And
The
so
other
this,
side of that lot's a stream.
Yeah, that's,
right,
that's
yeah,
the
there's
part.
a brook here.
Right, there's a bridge there.
Right.
A brook here. Oops.
Oops.
Okay.
Oh, it's magic. Yep.
So this part of the lot is dramatically lower than the rest of the lot, this back corner.
So your house is sort of on the top of almost like
Yeah.
a hill?
Sure is, yep.
Yes, yeah.
It's really interesting. We
Right,
bought the
because, you know,
house,
this is
yeah.
going up the hill
Yeah.
from, like you said, from Central and Cambridge and
Comes up
then
and
up
then it goes
here.
back down.
And then it's also, just the way it happens to be, it's dropping here as well. So on both sides, as you said, there's this brook here that cuts through, and there's literally no other way it could work.
Neighbor that's below us on Cambridge if you're looking at the house in this picture to the left of us, the neighbor that's below us has two sump pumps
Oh, yeah.
and a French drain around their house, and their basement still floods.
Well, there's all that granite all along Central Ave, so I can only
It's a
imagine it's the
disaster
same
for
thing
them.
up there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So the issue is that you're too close,
Well, we're
To
ahead of the house, I guess,
Norwood
so it's frontage,
Ave.
right?
Yeah.
So
Because we're on a
we're-
corner.
Norwood
But you
is
didn't know,
considered a
'cause
frontage.
Which
Norwood-
is the paper road.
so
you
it's
saw
not
it-
really a paved road?
No,
No, it's just nothing.
it's trees.
But Charlie and Gabe's
Yeah.
interpretation, and things are getting looked at with two sets of eyes now,
Yeah.
if I could just say that.
Yeah.
So if for some reason the town or whatever needed to not have that be a paper road and go all the way through,
Right.
even though they'd have to rip out their swimming pool. So by
Yeah.
giving them the variance,
Yeah.
the town would have to work around them, but no one had.
Yeah, but we're not on the road, we're still, the
Yeah.
setbacks are all good.
Right.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
because there's frontage there.
If we could put the pool behind the house, or even in that larger section,
Yeah.
it would have been so nice for us, but that's the only spot
Right.
for it.
And
and-
Gabe and Charlie would have looked at it, that confirmed, they're like,
That
there's
that's the
no
only
way.
spot.
And that's Gabe's comment here. He has no objection with this request. A topographic hardship is created by the natural grading of the lot.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, it's wet and
Right.
the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Mr. Chairman, I have to ask the question, why can't you put it on the other side? I mean, all right.
Which side?
I'm picturing now the gradient there and all that. Why can't you put that shed
It's
elsewhere?
mud.
And it's all hill, we'd have to,
So you'd have.
we'd have to dig out, I
On the
can't,
other
I don't
side
even know
of
how we would do it.
I don't think you could. I think the
Ron-
ground's too wet.
You mean over here?
Well, somewhere else.
Well, I know, again, I just
Yeah.
took a ride up.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
They have a stream that runs straight through here, so I'm sure that's, I mean,
Right,
I'm
and
not
the
a pool
the
guy,
drop,
but
the
that's
drop has
pretty
gotta
wet
be
over
more
there.
than 10 to 20 feet. It's more than 10, maybe 15 feet. And it's, you
Their
know,
house is in a
giant.
weird position.
No, okay, sure,
It's,
sure, and that's what variances are designed, or
topographically, it's,
what are we looking for here? Not a variance. But, so we're looking for in this action, or what?
What is it, a variance? Yes.
A variance,
Yes.
yeah, to allow us to be ahead of the
Okay,
house.
so that's what they're for, but,
Right.
you know, when this.
We did a lot of
Possible
work to
building
get
and-
ready for the
Yeah.
pool, so this was a big surprise for us.
I
You know,
know.
I don't mean just the yard. We put in, we put in a patio.
Stimulating
And just doing that was, I mean, we've spent to get this yard just to where it is, so that the pool could go in. I mean, we've done some work back there. You know, the dream was an in-ground pool, but the slope of the yard was, I mean, we could buy a beach condo for the cost of what an in-ground pool would cost. And so it's, my son's on swim team, he loves to swim, so that's really why we wanted to put it in.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the variance as indicated in the application.
Do we have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks.
That was a scary follow-up. Like, our town is, I gotta tell you though, being the neighbor that was here, I mean, you can totally picture it. It was like, here's the lot, here's the house. Anyway.
It's a nice house.
Enjoy, folks.
Thank you, thank you.
I knew the previous owner of your house, they're good ghosts.
Oh, Manny, yeah, everybody in town,
Everybody, we've heard so
yeah.
many great things about
And the town has been so nice to us. Every time, there's something that goes on either with the water or something, everybody rushes to the house. Everybody's been so nice.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll be in touch. I'll mail you one sheet of paper and then you'll wait 20 days and then the second, you'll get two envelopes 20 days apart, but I'll send one out.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your help.
Yeah,
Thanks. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Two things left. We have to approve the minutes from February 17th.
I motion to approve the minutes from February 7th.
Second.
Wasn't there? It's my birthday.
Ah, yes, that's right. All right, all in
You
favor?
can still do
Aye.
it though.
Aye.
You read 'em.
Ron?
Aye.
Minute
Of course I did. I'm
approved?
Rosie.
Zoning bylaw update. Jeremy, how we doing?
We're shooting for the fall now. I don't know if
Okay.
that's news. We were expecting at our meeting this month a memo from Judy Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you heard the news. Judy had an emergency in her family. Actually, her husband had a head injury.
Mhm.
He's in recovery.
Yes.
So we're still waiting on a memo from Judy. She's a little behind, but we kind of relaxed our target frame, so we're going to probably let the summer go and look for maybe not a special town meeting in fall, maybe a special town meeting by itself, but that's kind of where we're leaning.
Very good.
When I finish, I got comments from everybody and a lot of good feedback. We got some feedback on the signage bylaw, I think on your separate
Yes.
venue, so I think we got some good comments and that'll move right along, I think. In the fall, we'll get it done this year.
Excellent. Very good. Okay, one last item. Carly tells me we don't have a whole lot on the table right now for May. Is that correct? All right. One thing we need to do, traditionally, we reorganize the boards after every election. That's how we have to do it. So, I know John's not here, but, so I'll have to put on the table, at our next meeting, whatever's gonna happen, whether it's May or June, we have to discuss reorganization. Whether you wanna change chairman, I can stay for another year, however you wanna do it, we'll talk about it, but we gotta put it on the agenda, so that's what it's all about. Okay?
Okay.
I'll just make a note to put on next agenda.
Okay.
And then let me just do the math here. So our next meeting would be May 18th, so if anyone came in, it'd have to be in the paper May 4th, which means I have to get it to them like a week ahead of time because it's a Friday paper. So like I should know technically by next week if we're gonna have a May meeting. I mean, if someone came in last minute, I could put it in the Lowell Sun up until, we'll know for sure by May 4th. But usually I hear scuttlebutt as people come get an application for me. I go walking through the long process, and I haven't had that yet, so. But you never know. But I'll keep you all posted. Just keep checking your emails.
Okay.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
I'm going to be stepping down as an alternate away from the board
Okay.
to focus on other things.
Sorry to hear that.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I think things are
Thank you.
running really smoothly now.
Thank
I
you.
think it's a great board. So maybe the out there in TV audience land, if anyone wants to volunteer, I think it's a fun bunch of folks, and it's a really, it's a good board to be on. Some of them aren't, but this is a good one, I think. So, you can always use volunteers. That's, I think, we usually have 2 alternates.
Two alternates, yeah.
So just put that out there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all your efforts.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I second that. I mean, having you here, I mean, when I came on, it was right when I think
We
we all
were-
came on, it was
Yeah.
right after that big shuffle.
Right.
So the
We
guidance
didn't
that
know
you
what
gave
we
us,
were doing.
especially in those, first
Yeah.
3-4 months was huge.
It's
I
really
appreciate it.
helpful.
I appreciate that. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Things are good.
8 o'clock.
I got to pack for Vegas.
Make a motion.
I motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.